the landing spot I'm going to use to access campsite 9 is on the east side of the point that the campsite sits on, toward the base of the point. There's a log in front of it, but the water's quite high, so I should be able to drift right over it. Welcome ashore at Campsite 9 on Cranberry Lake in St. Lawrence County, New York. Some beavers have been busy. It's a silty, sandy bottom. Not a lot of cobbles that I see right now, although the water's really high, and I expect when it gets lower you'll have to be more careful. There's a log sticking out to the side of the landing. And a little way offshore there's a log straight across where you'd approach the landing. So you'd have to be careful of that, especially as the water goes down. And that's what it's like right at the shore. Trying not to get water over the top of my boot. And there's an ill-defined trail up the hill. It's a fairly steep hill into the campsite. Oof. That looks like the tent pad. Right at the top of the hill, at the top of the trail. It's a campsite symbol on the tree directly in front of us. It's a small campsite. The last time I was here, there was a dead tree that made me think that the spot that I saw that looked most conducive for hammocks probably wasn't all that safe. But as you can see, it is now down. So you could probably find a couple decent trees across the width of the camping pad that would let you hang a hammock. I don't see a privy or sign pointing the way to a privy, so take that into account if you come here. A little bit of a trail down toward the fire ring, which is out on the point, looking out on the lake.
There is no bench, not even a log or boulder on which to sit.
There's our fire pit. It's a nice little fire pit. I don't think it's used very much. There's a seedling there, or a sapling, and a seedling there. Some berries growing actually in the fire pit, in the rocks. Boy, it's pretty. It's really pretty. So if you're sitting behind the fire ring looking out at the lake, you're looking essentially northwest. Sunrise will be through this little stand of trees off to your right. You do have a night sky view if you're out on the point. Sunset will be across the lake in that direction generally, depending on the time of year. Campsite 5 is across the lake. There's a clump of evergreens, or a stretch of evergreens along the shore. Campsite 5 is just to the left of that. And then campsite 4 is on a point farther to the left. And all the way out at the end of the point on the opposite shore is campsite 3. Prevailing winds are usually from the southwest, which would be that direction. If they're coming from the west, you have a very long fetch for those waves to build up. And this bay, the way it narrows down, acts like a funnel. It channels the wind and accelerates it. So you can get some pretty significant wind and waves in here. Campsite 10 is on the point over there. This is a popular area for fishing, so you will have people coming in here early in the morning to fish, and there will be boat traffic for that. But it's a very shallow bay, lots of submerged hazards, so you won't have people running jet skis or water skiing or running their boats very fast through here. The bottom of the lake and the shore in front of the campsite is all cobble. This wouldn't be a very good spot to pull a boat in, but it'd be nice for swimming if you mind your toes. Don't stub them on the bigger boulders that stick up among the cobbles. Campsite 7 is through the trees on the opposite side of this little bay.
This is a water access site. There's no overland access to the trails around Cranberry Lake or the Cranberry Lake 50. With the topography here and all the undergrowth, it might be a little challenging to get off in the woods to find a place to hang your food. This would be a site at which it would be better to bring a bear canister.
If you're at the landing and you look at the point to the northeast, Campsite 7 is at the end of that point. That's another water access campsite that does not get used very much.